All right, let's throw Kaylee a little curveball here. So we watched a short movie on YouTube called Explorer from Another World. And this one was recommended to us by Alex from Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. He just hit me up, DM'd me, slid into my DMs, and he was like, watch this immediately. And I didn't get to it immediately. It took me like a full week at least. I was trying to get to it the whole time, but we were really trying to watch a whole mess of things.
Yeah, we were.
And so we finally sat down, we watched it, and let's talk about it. So this is a like 50s monster movie throwback.
Yeah.
And, something happens, they go to investigate it. An alien is going around killing people with his like laser gun. Um
Yeah.
and it kind of, has that smaller scale Mars attacks kind of feel to it. It's very hokey on purpose, and the alien has like the dome over their head and is just attacking anyone who comes in its vicinity. It's a very very like silly movie for sure, purposely so. Like all the
Yeah.
dialogue, everything, the way everyone's delivering everything is like purposely hokey. So if you are a fan of that style of filmmaking, there was a movie that did this, oh God, maybe 20 or so odd years ago. Um, I don't, Skeletons of cadaver or something. Anyway, if you see, you guys would know what I'm talking about. It's been so long since I saw that movie, but it reminded me a bit of that.
Hmm.
Anyway, so my two big notes and takeaways here from this film is number one, the movie is really like rich with its color palette and whatnot. I thought the film actually looked fantastic. I
Yeah.
really, really liked the way that they did the cinematography or the color grading or whatever choice that they used there to make the film look the way that it did. And then the kills. I mean, the
Yeah.
kills are. We watched this movie stream just a month
Oh
ago or
yeah.
less, and it's supposed to be, Damien Leone from Terrifier was the makeup. Like I don't know if he did them all. I think he did like a couple of the
Mm.
kills, but he was like the lead
Mm.
of the movie. And so a lot of people were really looking to that movie
Right,
to
for the
be like a
kills.
Terrifier level of kills.
Yeah,
Now
and
this
we were
movie,
super unimpressed by the kills in stream.
yeah, this movie does not have Terrifier level kills in it or anything, but the kills in this movie to me were better and more impressive than the ones in Stream, which was
Yeah.
kind of mind boggling to me because I'm assuming the budget on this was very little. And I know Streams was probably small too, but I would venture to say this has a smaller budget than that, and it doesn't have Damien Leone, and it
Yeah.
doesn't have, the pressure that Stream would have been under to. Although I had already said I think Stream probably spent all their money on all of the random cameos,
Yeah, we
but
talked about that.
putting that
I would
aside,
much rather watch a movie like this than stream. I
oh
thought this one
God,
was a
yes,
lot more entertaining. Yeah, I think that the kills are really fun and like pretty impressive for the budget. Some really good stuff, honestly. Like with the gore, it was great. It's very hokey. It's very like purposefully. It's a parody movie.
yeah,
Like everyone's wearing these like really funny, very obvious wigs.
all the women for
There's
sure,
even the guys. There's definitely guys. I think almost all of the guys, except for like the two kids, all
yeah,
have wigs, which is really funny to me.
like
But
really bad
yeah,
ones.
like you're like Party City, kind of like. But I think that adds to the charm and the humor, and like you can just, excuse me, you can tell that they had a lot of fun making this too. Like there's a little like end credits at the end with like
Gag
bloopers and
reel,
stuff,
yeah.
which is great to see. I love watching those types of things with the making of and just seeing people like kind of having a good time. But yeah, I don't know. I liked the look of the alien in this.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I am assuming that's like a mask,
Yeah, it's just a
not
mask.
prosthetics, but it's a cool looking mask, and Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was really fun. I think this is like for this is definitely for a specific audience. This isn't something for like everybody because a lot of people will watch this and think it's utter trash and garbage. But it is, as I said, a parody. It's very aware of the like bad acting or like the bad dialogue. As you said, it's like supposed to be emulating like this,
50s monster
yeah,
movies.
50s like yeah, just like gimmicky and silly sounding dialogue.
It's a bit much at times for sure for me. I think that if you are to try to purposely emulate that style, like, is it meant to be overtly hokey? Because like I've watched plenty of that stuff, whether it's the Beasts of Yucca Flats or the list goes on. It doesn't need. I don't need to sit here and list a whole bunch of 50s or earlier B grade monster movies, but I've seen my fair share of them. And one thing I've always been underwhelmed with is when people try to emulate once for lack of a better term that we keep using, but it's the perfect term. That style, I just feel like it never actually feels like that, and so I
Hmm.
wonder what the attempt is here. Is the attempt to be a parody,
Yeah, I think
or is
so.
it meant to actually feel like that
I think
time? I would assume it's supposed to be a parody
yeah,
because
yeah.
it's not even close.
Yeah.
Those were much more sincere, as to where this is very self-aware,
Yes.
and that's why it's such an impossibly complicated balance to strike. And I've only ever seen a couple people ever pull off a film that genuinely feels like if you told me this came out in that time period,
Mm.
I would believe you. House of the Devil
Mhm.
is one of the only films I've ever seen in my life where it genuinely felt like a film from the 70s because of how it looked, because of how people acted.
Yeah.
And for me, I prefer that. I would much prefer them actually try to make it feel like a film from that era. I think that that would be a much more monumental achievement. The parody stuff for me, I don't know. It's hit or miss, and for me, that's how most of this went. It was like, oh, that was cute. Oh, that's a little much. That's a little too far. So I was back and forth, but the kills and the look are what ultimately won me over on the film. I just wish the film would have tried a little more to be like more sincere and actually try to
Mhm.
be like a 50s monster movie genuinely,
Mm.
you
I
know?
understand what you're saying. Yeah, I thought it was entertaining as a parody,
Mm-hmm.
and I definitely think that that was the intention. But it would be interesting to see them make, like you said, a genuine, like, not remake, but like try to be,
Recreation.
yeah, a recreation. Like that would be interesting to see because I think that that would be, obviously like the '50s monster movies don't have this level of gore or anything, so that's very incongruous with like what you would have seen back then.
Oh
But
yeah,
it would be
no, not at
great if
all.
it was like everything else felt very time period accurate. And then also you have like now this like really like fun and graphic gore going on. Like that would be a pretty cool combination, I think. But I don't know. Yeah, I thought it was entertaining. It's a quick watch. It's on YouTube too. So it's like, if it sounds interesting to you, you should definitely check it out. It's always we're always talking about supporting low budget filmmakers and people that go out on a limb to make stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, support it for sure. If this sounds up your alley at all, it's on YouTube for free. It's not, and it's only 45 minutes or
Yeah.
less. So it's a quick watch. It's free. Give it a few minutes. If you're not vibing with it after 5 minutes or so, then you probably shut it off because you're gonna get the gist of it at that
Yeah.
point. So yeah, give it a give it a whirl. Let us know what you thought.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you in the comments. Bye.
Bye.